it's also been a big shift in the media environment. I mean, Sam Altman was sitting with Theo Von in the podcaster row at the inauguration. So this alternative media apparatus, especially on the right, is now getting equal credence to a lot of these wealthy tech donors right now. Eric, what do you make of, this kind of thinking that is spouted on these shows that we've, touched on occasionally in the newsletter?
As the owner of a media company, I do love this meme that attention is the most valuable resource. It's like, fuck money, you need attention. It's like, great, all right, I'm in the right business all of a sudden. So
I love eating impressions.
Exactly. It's like, okay, if you can worm into people's brain, that's worth something. I mean, it is worth something, but now people are saying it's worth a lot. So certainly cheering for that. I mean, I have no problem with like Theo Von. I mean, I've only really consumed him through his TikTok, but I enjoy it. Some of these like podcasters, it's like fine. I'm very interested in, so one meme is attention is everything now, and Trump won because he controlled attention. I think there's some truth to that. The other meme is like the open sort of oligarchy. I think part of what's happening here is, the New York Times ran an interview, Ezra Klein, conducted the interview with Curtis Yarvin, who's sort of a monarchist, the type of person that the mainstream media would have said, don't platform him. But now obviously that Trump's in charge, he's getting interviewed. I think Mark Andreessen was like, just because you read somebody doesn't mean you agree with them. And I take him at his word. I do think there can be an overcorrection, but you see sort of in the discussion, he's
clearly very influential and very well read within these circles.
I mean, Eric Torenberg, was writing tweets, basically riffing off some of Yarvin's points. So it's definitely in the air. Again, this sort of contradiction that Trump runs as the populace, the everyman, and now it feels like literally like the oligarchs are sort of suiting up to like be in charge. And I don't know.
Well, they're commanding money. They have government power with Doge, and they also have attention with this media apparatus.
Yeah, and I started off the Trump election by saying, if we're gonna, and I think maybe I said it on the podcast last week, it's like, if we're gonna have a version of, if Trump's in charge, the version I want is the tech elites running it. So in some ways, I've come out in the pro oligarch camp, if we're gonna have,
you heard it here first.
If we're gonna have given that it's Trump,
Eric Newcomer endorses tech oligarchy.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, of the options, like, and the oligarchs all fight with each other, and like, I think there is sort of the, I mean, obviously, I want the American people to vote on the next person. I want as many Americans as possible to vote, and I am terrified by sort of the unilateral presidential power. I am somewhat annoyed with Biden pardoning his family, and with Biden at the 11th hour trying to pretend like he could unilaterally pass a constitutional amendment. Like, why would you want to be seizing executive power right before you hand it over to a president that every Democrat is terrified is going to take too much executive power? So I'm really worried about executive power. I am not supporting any sort of monarchy and oligarchy in terms of the president just doing whatever they want. And that is deeply troubling to me. But in terms of, do I want Musk and people running around? Yeah, as long as they're not trying to find the way to make Trump, the CEO of America, then yeah, I'm still right now think that's the best of sort of a nightmare situation that America finds itself in.